Connor, just your thoughts on maybe the way the game started for you, how you got down, and how it ended up going the wrong way. And
yeah, obviously there's lots of emotion. Fans back in the building, excitement. I thought we just didn't handle it all that well. And they got the jump on us, and I thought we did a great job of getting ourselves back in the game and giving ourselves a chance. And ultimately, it's one bounce to one bounce.
Mike, on that last goal there, I guess you just thought you had something up the middle there, or kind of what did you see there?
Yeah, just trying to make something happen. Obviously, trying to do too much there. In a tight game like that, you can't afford to make mistakes like that, and it ended up costing us the game. And obviously disappointed, but it's one game, and we move on and worry about game two.
Connor, you got pretty much what you expected from the Kings. They're a team that likes to grind things out. How were you guys early on in the first? Were there some nerves there? How did you guys feel that you came out of the gates in that?
Yeah, obviously we didn't have a great start. Give up a few chances and find ourselves down two. So, ultimately it's not a good enough start. And in our home building, that's obviously what we want to do. So, something to work on.
And Mike, we talked about this, trying to stay even keel throughout the series, not letting mistakes bother you and things like that. How important is it in a situation like this? Now you got to move on to the next game, not worry about this.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do anything about it now. It's over. So I think it's obviously it didn't go the way we wanted it to, but it's a long series, it's a long playoffs if you want to get to where we want to go. So I think no one would have thunk we would have won 16 straight. So I think it's some adversity early in the series, but it's nothing we haven't dealt with before, and I'm sure we'll have to deal with it again on the way on the journey here. So it's something we'll learn from, and we'll move on, and we'll worry about game two now.
For Connor, I know it's tough after a loss because you're in that moment, but what did you like about tonight's game? Some of the things you thought you were able to do that you might be able to carry on and do through other parts of the series?
Yeah, I liked our special teams. I thought our power play kept us in it. I liked how we battled back in the game. We didn't quit on it. There's things to like, and obviously there's things to not like. So like Smitty said, we'll learn from it and take what we learned in game one and apply it in game two.
Connor, there was a lot of line matching, especially early in the game. How did you find that, and especially trying to get into the game? Did you find that a little challenging at the beginning to get into the flow of the game? No,
I think you're going to expect that from LA. They're a team that wants to get their matchups, and Todd's always been a matchup guy, and we understand that, and we're comfortable playing against anybody. Yeah.
Connor, you guys have been down before game one in a series in 17. You came back and won. Didn't the last year? How do you ensure what has to be the different mindset after you lose a game? How do you flush it? What have you learned in the past to flush it quickly and how it doesn't affect you for game two?
Yeah, I think just having a short memory, moving on, but also learning from game one. Obviously they did things to us that we want to adjust, and we'll make those adjustments and learn. But ultimately, like I said, short memory and get ourselves up and ready to go again.
Was one of those things, a lot of the last few games, you guys haven't given up a lot off the rush. What led to them getting so many scoring chances off the rush, which kind of really been uncharacteristic of you guys the last few months?
It has been. I think just maybe a little bit of our track sort out could have been better. Forwards need to do a better job coming back and allowing the D to stand and make it hard to get into our zone.
Do you think that this team is maybe in a different place than you were after losing the first round in the last couple of years? Do you think you're better equipped to be a team that deals with being down 1-0?
For who?
For who?
Either one.
I mean, everyone wants to compare year to year, but I think this team is a different team. We have different players, different coach. So I think it's easy to compare, from the outside year to year, but it's a different team. So I think it's a team that's really gelled here in the last 2 months. A team that's learned how to win close games, learned how to, come back in games, learned how to, hold leads. So it's like the playoffs it's a long journey. It's a long journey. There's going to be ups and downs, and it's how you deal with it that makes you a good or a team that's, going to be watching from the sidelines. So I think it's just you learn from the things that you you maybe need to improve on, and the things you did well, you want to continue. But all in all, it's a different team, and we're feeling good about where we're at. We just, it's just a game of inches, obviously, and like I said, a mistake here and there tonight, and it's a different game. So I think it's a game of mistakes, but we learn from it, move on, and worry about game 2 now.
Connor, can you speak to the game for Kyler of Yamamoto tonight? I thought he played an excellent game.
Yeah, I thought he did too. He did a lot of good things. He was hard on the forecheck, got pucks back, made some great plays. Obviously scored a big goal, and was kind of all over the game tonight. Real good.
Thank you.
It's been a long time since you guys played a playoff game with fans in the building. What can you say about the atmosphere tonight?
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, it was bumping in there, and maybe to a fault, we were kind of come out and we were kind of running all over the place, and maybe got out of our structure a little bit just because it was so, it was so energetic, and the energy, you obviously feed off that, and maybe they got us out of the structure a little bit, but I think, it was unbelievable. Like to be out there and barely hear your heart beat is something that you just live for, and why we play hockey. So it's good to have obviously the fans back in the building, and the energy was unbelievable, and we want to keep that going. Next time we'll hopefully get a win out of it.